So, very good evening to all my students. My name is Devendra Kumar. I am from Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so this is a Python learning playlist which I have created for myself. If you are watching this playlist, if you are investing your time in this playlist, definitely it will help you in learning Python. So let's get to the main point. In the very first class, we are going to discuss what is identifier. So if I write what is identifier. So do you know what is identifier? Identifier is nothing but the name. For example, you may have some name and you will definitely be having a name. That name, what is the purpose of your name? The purpose of your name is to reference you. Okay. For example, okay, let me show you the thing over here. Okay, so the purpose of your name is to show you. For example, you are an object. What? You are an object. But the identity of your object, if I want something from you, if I want some task or some function that has to be done by you, then I have to address you. Okay, so for example, your name is, let's say your name is Dave. Okay, so Dave is your name. So as a human object, I can be referenced by the name Dave. Okay, in this similar way, in programming also, in programming languages, object is a reference or the object is accessed by its name. Okay, and that name is known as identifier. Okay, so a little definition I can say, a name of uh, a class, method, module, or a variable. Okay, in Python, one sec, in Python program. Okay, is known as identifier. Do you understand now what is the identifier? If I show you an example, let it be class. Okay, wait a sec. So if I define a class test, okay, you don't have to worry what I am writing in this code. You just have to understand what I am trying to make you understand. Okay, you don't have to worry about things like DEF, something like that. Okay, for example, DEF, let it be, wait one sec, DEF method, then X is equals to 10. Okay, so there is a class, I have a class that is test. So to identify which class I am using, I use the term test. Okay, so test is the class name. So I can write the name of the class is test. So test will become the identifier because test is used to identify the class, which class I am using. For example, if I am having different classes, for example, class student, let us say class student, definition writer, let it be, and let it be pen is equal to 5. Okay, so there is another class student. There is another class, employee. Okay, definition, salary, salary. Then salary, sal is equals to 1000. So we are having three different classes. How can we identify that the object is of which class? Okay, so identifier is used to identify the class. That is, test is for this class, and student is for this class, and employee is for this class. Okay, so I have to make it capital E. Why I am writing the first letter of my class as capital? Because it is a general convention. Okay, I will tell you this thing also later on. So, okay, so I think now you may be able to understand what is means what is identifier. Here it is also identifier method. The word method is used to identify the method, that which method I am using. For example, here I have the method, and here I have the function name as writer. Okay, so writer is the identifier, and here I have the method as salary. So salary is the identifier, and this is what we call the function name. Have I included the function? Okay, so I am not. Yes, yes, I have included the method. There is not a big difference between method and function. There is a difference, but that is as similar to lava and magma that I will discuss later on. Okay, so now x is equals to 10. Eh, in this line, x is known as the identifier. Pen is equals to 5. In this, pen is known as the identifier. Cell is equals to 1000. Cell is known as the identifier. Basically, these three are variables, and these three are methods, and these three are class. Okay, so you may ask, then can you give me an example of a module? Then this is the example of module, test.py. And the test, the small test is the name of the module. Do you understand now? Okay, so I think I have given many examples to you till now. Okay, so let's define some rules to define identifier. For example, if in a family, in a family, okay, there are many things. Have you ever seen the name of a person start with a digit? For example, 21 Dev. You will never find a name like this, 21 Dev. You may find the name Dev 2, Dev 1, like this in our school. When we have two or more than two students having same name, then class teacher separate their name by some number or something like that. Dev 1, Dev 2, all right. So in the same way, we have some rules to define identifiers. Okay, so rules to define identifiers. What are the rules? So my first rule is, so what characters or symbols we can use to define our identifier? So the only allowed ALOWED. The only allowed characters are alphabets, English alphabet, that is A to Z. Wait a sec. Okay, so A to Z, then capital A to capital Z, and then finally we have 0 to 9. There is one special character that is also allowed, and that is nothing but the underscore. Okay, so the name of this special character is underscore. Now, this is the first rule to define the identifier. Do you understand now? Rules to define identifiers. The only allowed characters are alphabet, small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, and 0 to 9 means digits. Okay, so alphabets, comma, digits, comma, underscore. That's it. Now, the next rule that we have is that identifier should not should not start with a digit. Okay, we cannot start identifier with a digit. Okay, that will be considered as a illegal identifier, and we will get an error. Okay, so let me show you an example. For example, if I write x is equals to 10, okay, then if I compile this, then it will happily compile. Okay, no error we are getting. But if I try to write something like this, 1x, then there will be a problem. You can see. Okay, no, problem is there, but still, if I compile this, then invalid decimal literal. Okay, so there is an error, something like this. Means we are not allowed to use digit in front of any variable, any identifier also. Okay, now the third rule that we have is it is not something kind of rule, but you can say it is something kind of a point, okay, that we have to note in the identifiers. So identifiers are case sensitive. Okay, identifier are case sensitive. So what does I mean with this statement? Okay, so let me show you an example. I have x is equals to nothing but 10, and then I have capital X is equals to 20. If I try to print x, and if I try to print capital X, if I try to print like this, the value of small x, okay, and if I try to print like this, the value of capital X, capital X. So see now, here it is 10, the value of small x is 10, and the value of capital X is also 10. Because I have not taken the capital X, I have taken the small x. So let me take the capital X. Okay. So now it will show the value of small x is 10 and the value of capital X is 20. Okay. If I try, if I comment this statement, let us see how I'm going to comment this by using this. I will tell you also. You can simply comment a line in Python by using hashtag. Okay, by using hash in front of that line. In this way, that line will be converted to a comment and it will not be executed. It will not be executed by compiler or interpreter, whatever you call. So now, if we don't have this x is 20, and if I want to write parent small x, then what will happen? We will definitely get in the answer 10. Okay, but if I try to print capital X, then it will become some error. That will be the name error, because name error generated when there is a error in name of a variable or basically an identifier. Okay, so uh, I can take a better example for you. For example, let's say value is equals to 10. If I want to print, if I by mistake, if I am printing value, okay, both are same, But if I want to print, then there will be the name error. Value is not defined. Did you mean value? Because it checks that there is a variable named value, and you are printing value, and that the value we are printing in that value, the first letter of value V is capital, and the value that we are describing or we are initializing, we have small v. That is why these both have to be same. Now the answer will be correct. See, the answer is 10. Okay, so they are case sensitive basically. Now what we have, the next rule, we cannot use reserved word as identifiers. As what do I mean by reserved words? Okay, so I will tell you in the later section of this video what are reserved words. But for now, just let me tell you in short, in brief. When, for example, if I have to write it, I have to declare a class. I have to write the class keyword. Okay. So CLASS. This is the class keyword which I have to use when I am writing some class or when I am declaring a class. Okay. So the class word, that is CLASS, has a specific purpose. The purpose of the class word is to create a class. Okay, so that is why class is a reserved word. But if I want to take this word as a variable, then it is not possible. I mean to say, if I want to take this class word as an identifier, that is not possible. For example, if I wanted to write like something like this, class is equals to 10, then it is not possible. Print class, because it is a keyword. That is why we cannot take like this. Okay, so it is invalid syntax. But if you are using capital C here, then you can use this one. Why? Because CLASS with the capital C is not any keyword. I will show you how many keywords are there in our Python. Okay, so see, here we got no error. Okay, let's move on to the next point. So, do you understand now? We cannot use reserved word as identifiers. Next thing we have, dollar symbol is not allowed. Dollar. If you are coming from Java background, then you may have used dollar symbol. Is not allowed here. Okay, allowed here. Okay, so there is nothing more than that in identifiers. So we should move on to the next topic, that is reserved words. So wait a sec. Reserved words. Reserved words. What are reserved words? That is we were discussing here. Reserved words. That is also known as that are also known as keywords. So first thing you have to understand is that reserved words are also known as keywords. Okay, they have, wait a sec, they have a specific functionality to the interpreter. Okay, to the interpreter. Um, okay, they have the special functionality to the interpreter. Okay, so let me show you all the reserved words. So in Python, there is a module. Then you may ask, what is a module? Module is something like the existing code that Python provides us. There, in Python, we are going to use module very much because we do not have to write code for everything. We have to just implement our logic the main logic that we have to use, and the remaining things is directly or automatically handled by inbuilt code, or that the code that has been already written in Python. Okay, so which module I have to import? Before using any module, you have to import that module. So how am I going to import that module? Just by using the import keyword. Import is also a keyword because it is only used to import any module, and it has a definite or a specific functionality to the Python compiler or Python interpreter. Okay, so I am going to import keyword module, keyword. Okay, after importing keyword module, I am just going to print the list of all the keywords. So how I am going to print the list? There is a is a attribute in keyword module, keyword dot uh, kw list. Okay, so here it comes by default. Keyword dot kw list, keyword list basically. So if I compile this program or run this program, then you can easily see this. Okay, are you able to see this thing? Wait a second. Yes. Mouse. No, 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 no. I think mouse. Yes, zoom. Mouse. So, zoom the font. Okay. Right. So now it is correct. Import keyword, print keyword dot kw list. Okay, so let me just copy and paste this so you can easily see the whole list here. Is the words. Let me break it down. So we have these many keywords: false, none, true, and, as, assert, async, await, break, class, continue, def, del, elif, else, except, finally, for, from, global, if import in is lambda, non-local, not or pass, raise, return, try, while, with, field. Okay, so I am not going to explain all these keywords just now, because to explain different keywords I have to explain the topic also. I have to explain the context in which they will be used. For example, to explain with a keyword, I have to explain you file handling. To explain while keyword, I have to explain you loops. To explain try keyword, I have to explain you exceptional exception handling. Okay, so you will learn the functionalities or the working of all these keywords as you go, as you will complete the playlist. Okay, as you will complete the Python playlist. So okay, now in reserve word, I don't think we have anything extra. Do we have anything extra? No. Okay, one thing I want to say to you is that wait a second. I want to say to you that in these all reserve words, we have only three reserve words in which we will see capital letters. Okay, so the first point that has to be noted is that all all reserve words use uh, alphabets, English alphabet. Okay, first of all, and the second point is Only three reserved words are used as uh, are having capital letter. What are those three words? Okay, so the three words are first true, and then false, and then we have other than none. So it is true, false, and none. Basically, these all three are values. That is why the first letter is capital. The value of true is considered as 1, and the value of false is considered as 0, and the value of none is only considered as none. None means nothing, nothing. In mathematics, 0 is regarding as nothing, but still, we can have a very big debate whether G0 has a value or not. But in our Python programming, you can just see 0 is also a value. None means nothing, nothing. But in mathematics, you can say none means also nothing. But let it be. We are not going in this topic. Just you have to remember true means 1, false means 0, and none means none. We will discuss these three keywords in data types also. So in this video, I have discussed many things about identifiers. I have discussed many things about reserved words. I have discussed many things. So let's have a quick quiz, you can say. If I talk about the quiz, so wait a sec. Okay, so identify the correct identifiers. So the first question is underscore underscore F A T E. The next question is um, DEL 01 underscore 100. My next question is underscore 012 DEL. My next question is, so I'm going to give you 10 questions. Okay. The next question is nothing but a red dollar 123. Next question is height underscore 1. Again, the next question is VIP. Again, the next question is underscore assert. The next question is underscore 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 underscore. The next question is now simply one underscore. The last question is underscore 0 underscore 1 underscore. Okay, so you have to tell the answer of these 10 questions that which are correct identifiers. In the next video, I will tell you the answer of these all 10 questions. Okay, so I think we should end the session now. So it's very nice to teach you. Basically, I am just sharing what I know. There is nothing like something teaching. Okay, so have a nice day.